nigga like me, man.
Oh, yeah.
I love the game.
Yeah.
I love the hustle.
Y'all know what time it is.
You know a nigga got dope.
You just tuned in to the most exclusive podcast, Mogul Moves Only.
Hey, I need a meal a day. Gotta make me a meal a day.
We gonna turn up on this one.
Money it cometh, then money it goeth. I got me a meal to make.
We got a real professional in the building.
Baby, I got some bills to pay.
Bumping finest, H-Time Double Cup.
Gotta make me a meal a day.
Hey.
I need a meal a day. Gotta make me a meal a day.
We gonna be talking money, man. Mogul Moves Only on this one. Hey.
My mama, she hit on my line and she say, baby, I got some bills to pay. So I need a meal a day. Gotta give me a meal a day.
Yo. You just tuned in to the most exclusive podcast, Mogul Moves Only, with your boy, Big D the Mogul, a.k.a. Suge Diddy, a.k.a. Illuminati Jack, a.k.a. Big Thanos, a.k.a. Heaven on Earth. And I got a real money maker, a real mogul in the building, a real professional in the building. I got H-Town in here all the way from her hometown. She gonna tell you what hood she from. I call it Bompton.
Nah, not at all.
Nah.
Don't even do
Twist your fingers up.
It's the West Coast, baby.
Hey.
No, I'm from Los Angeles.
You was Tupac fan?
Always.
He wasn't even really from the West Coast, though.
But I'm still a Tupac fan. Like, he
That's
repped
cool.
the West
So
Coast.
who was better, Tupac or Biggie?
They just got different vibes.
Who was better, though?
Pac, hands down. Grew up on Pac all the way.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
So you like the bully. You like them aggressive dudes. That's what you like.
You mean my music or my man?
I'm just saying in general. I guess if you're going to go for Pac, you like them real aggressive.
Pac just was real. You felt it. The lyrics, just everything. It's Pac.
Okay.
But I'm Biggie cool. Biggie, I will listen to Biggie, but I just relate with Pac.
I tell you what, growing up, I liked Pac when I was younger because I liked that aggressive, the bully. But I didn't understand Biggie. He was a little bit more mature for me. But when I got older and I understood the content of his music,
yeah.
Then
they both good. I just think they give something different depending on the type of music you like.
So, West Side. So you like? I feel like you should switch up to Biggie now. Now that you in Houston,
nah.
You listen to UGK?
Yeah, I listen to UGK, but I'm still a Kendrick Lamar. Like, that's just.
So you just stuck West Coast?
Not straight West Coast, but I'm a West Coast.
You know what? I don't like West Coast beats.
Well,
I don't like all that.
That's your fault. That's your fault. West Coast, our music is so different, though. You know, you have the Bay Area. That's hyphy.
So you was hype? Was you doing that? Well, let's before we get to that, let's start back. So everybody, I got Kashmire in the building. You know what I'm saying? Kashmire. Tell them a little bit about yourself. Tell our audience about your profession. What you do.
Okay, so I am an entertainment and business attorney. So originally from Los Angeles, moved to Houston. My practice is in Houston, but I have clients all over, from Houston, Los Angeles, Atlanta, New Jersey. The whole gamut. So
with being in the entertainment business or being an entertainment lawyer, how did you know that's something you want to do? Had you always wanted to be an entertainment lawyer, or did it change?
No. Originally, it's so silly. I wanted to be an oceanographer.
Okay, that's far away from an attorney.
Far, but you had to swim and get wet, and my hair, that's just not happening.
I like all those together. That's pretty good.
No. So switch to law.
Okay.
I kind of the entertainment portion just kind of really came with it. So being in LA, went to school out there, Cal State LA.
Okay.
And I ended up being a community organizer for. He was for New York Life, but he also, most of his clients was producers, executives, just like the heavy hitters in the industry. So as I'm, organizing events, and I'm like, I could do this, but put it to what I love to do, which was law. So it kind of just perfect fit.
Okay.
All the way. Then I ended up, fast forward a few years, I got with B2K's lawyer.
Okay. It wasn't for the sex scandal stuff.
No.
It
was like when they came out, like the platinum albums, the man behind all the deals and things like that, Glenn Litwack. Okay. So I ended up working with him, and so he really kind of taught me the game. And then I was just like, well, I can go do this for myself.
That is dope.
Why sit up here? It was great experience. Loved it, but I'm a firm believer, if you could do it, make it happen yourself.
So what made you like when it comes to like entertainment law? We know like L.A., New York is the mecca of entertainment. Yeah. What made you take your talents to Houston, to H-Town?
That was like a balance. So originally I was like, I'm going back to LA. I don't care what you tell me.
Okay.
I came to Houston, went to Thurgood Marshall Law School, and I made so many connections. I was just kind of like, let me capitalize on this money out here, because otherwise I'm going to lose it if I go back to LA. And with that, took the bar, passed, whatever the case may be. And so I was like, well, I could still have clients in LA and just work bi-coastal.
Okay.
So that kind of just how it went. And of course, there was a lot of just like, should I not? It's a risk. You know, the entertainment industry is not as big as it is in LA.
Okay.
But also you have to think about it. LA saturated too.
But being in Houston has a very big music culture there.
Very, very.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's upcoming.
Absolutely.
That's what I really love. Like the city, to me, if we talking business, it's all about money. You know, who you know, relationships.
Absolutely.
And so I was just like, well, instead of going to a saturated market, let me come out here.
Yeah.
Work with the newer artists, get to build, and still be able to have my connections out there.
Because Texas got that oil money. It's money here.
Texas got long money.
You know, when I pulled up in Dallas, this was like kind of like on the down end of the whole recession for the country. Mm-hmm. But I got here and I was like, damn, did they go through any recession? They was building new malls, new freeways, everything.
Crazy.
Everybody had new cars, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, it's really money out here.
Yeah.
And I think Texas is real good for people. It just embraces entrepreneurs. Like I said, I'm not from here. And having my own business here, man, it's amazing to just come in and kind of just input yourself here.
Definitely. So, I mean, when I was in Houston, that was the first time I'm straight West Coast. I've always been to PWIs, you know, PWIs.
No, I do not.
Private white institutions.
Okay.
So that's all, you know, not HBCUs, basically. So going to Thurgood Marshall, that's a HBCU law school.
Okay.
So that was just a complete culture shift. But seeing just the black professionals and from lawyers to architects, engineers, it was like everybody's really helping each other, relationships.
Yeah.
Why not stay out here?
Oh, that's dope, because I graduated from the Bowling Green State University in Bowling Green, Ohio. But, you know, I never had the experience of HBCU. I mean, Bowling Green.
It's a different experience.
Yeah, I didn't want to go to one.
I was nervous. I'm not even going to lie. But I really kind of feel like it all kind of just came together.
Okay.
So one of the main attorneys in the game, Steve Harvey's attorney, Ricky Anderson.
Okay.
He was the kind of that real, he taught me well. So with that, he was really that person that's just like, look, you know, you can still do it. He's been doing it in Houston for years. So I'm like, well, bet if you can do it, I'm going to do it. And we just going to make it happen and just adjust. So, you know, eventually, of course, because people always ask me, are you going back to LA? Eventually, maybe. Or at least
You're going to go back to visit.
Definitely visit. I mean, I go to visit all the time.
When you get that $100 million, you can go buy you a 2,000 square foot house for about $90 million in LA.
Go back and forth, and I'm just going to love it.
Don't do it, man. Out here, you can take $90 million and buy you a city. You go
LA,
take $90 million in LA.
City, though.
You're going to buy a 2,000 square foot house for $2 million.
Like my family out there, it's my city.
So, you know, I know you said you grew up around the LA area.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, what part is that from? I mean, if you want to tell everybody that.
No, it's cool. So, I grew up actually. So, I ain't even from there.
Watts.
No, I'm not literally.
Inglewood.
I partied in Inglewood. Partied in Inglewood often.
Hoop banging. What is hoop banging? That's just like
I'm a lawyer. I don't gang bang.
Oh, that's what hoop banging mean? Gang banging?
I don't bang. I don't do none of that. I have to, you know, clean record.
You sure?
Well, you know.
You got on all this blue. You came in here. You came in here blued up.
The dress was cute.
It is, yo. You popping though. You doing your thing, bro.
Thank you.
So, okay. So tell them what the area you from.
Okay. So, grew up in Victorville, like suburbs. So it's like
that's good.
Shout 2 hours. Really, that was a sacrifice. So, you know, 2 hours from Vegas, 2 hours from LA.
Okay.
So I went to school in LA and I just ended up living there for 5 years.
Okay.
And then eventually just moved to Houston.
So now that you came here to Houston and you've been down here about what? How long you said?
Going on maybe like 4.5 years.
Okay. So, you know, being around the entertainment business and we got a lot of artists who watch the podcast and whatnot.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't understand the importance of having an entertainment lawyer. At what point, I would ask is, at what point in the artist's career should they start looking to retain an entertainment lawyer?
So if you're just playing in your, in the back and you're not really serious about your craft, you don't need me. Like,
Okay.
I don't even want to talk to you. No disrespect, but I'm not going to waste your time and money and my time either. Because the same amount that I put into a smaller artist is the same amount I have to put into a big artist.
Okay.
So the best time for me when you catch an artist, you can be new. That's perfectly fine. But I like to know, I have like this 10,000 hour rule. Have you put 10,000 hours in your craft? How serious are you about your craft? I need to see, what is your following? What are you doing to market yourself? And I understand, hiring an attorney is expensive. I already know that. That's a given. But at one point, what are you willing to sacrifice to? Because if not the first person on the team, I'm the second person on the team you need to have. So if not, you have your manager, your general manager. Mm-hmm. They making sure, you got your gigs and you booking everything. But I'm that back person, making sure you getting your money.
Absolutely.
So I'm securing the contracts. I'm securing the tours, things like that. I'm working very closely with your manager. So once you're willing to kind of step out of just being in the basement or just doing the local shows, that's where I come in.
Okay, so like, say for example, I've managed a few artists,
Mm-hmm.
and we, when you're dealing with producers, like, okay, you got a lot of up and coming artists. They may not be in mainstream. They may not have that demand yet to really pop bubble. Locally, but they are working with producers, buying beats, working with photographers. Doing those things. But when it comes to like work for hire contracts or putting together artist producer contracts, should they already acquire attorneys to do those things, or should they just download templates that they see online? I
do not do templates only because every situation is different, right?
Right.
So, of course, there's some generalities to them, but I'm a firm believer, keep it custom so then you can be flexible according to what you may need. Okay. Or at least have an attorney on as a consultant. Just have someone, just to talk to.
Okay. Because I guess that was my next question. Like, can an artist do attorneys like kind of move like a la carte? Like, say for example, I'm not at the position yet to really retain you full time, but these are some contract type of things that I use daily, like the artist producer split sheets or artist producer contracts or work for hire contracts. Can someone come to you and purchase like just those things?
Definitely. Okay. So I can't speak for all attorneys, but for myself personally, I'm very flexible.
So how much would that run for? If I need right now,
why you putting me on the spot?
I need artist producer contracts. I need my work for hire. Okay. Put together.
Okay.
I just decided I might want to sign an artist, so I need some management contracts.
Definitely.
What we looking at like right now?
So I charge $200 an hour.
Okay.
Starting.
So can you get that done in 30 minutes?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
An hour and 5 minutes, can we get all of that? Okay.
I'm good, but what I do is this. I make sure it's my job to protect, like that's why I say you have to be really serious about it. It's my job to protect you as a brand and as a business. And a lot of artists forget that part, that yes, they're on the music scene, they're in the mix, but at the same time, this is a business.
Yeah.
So that's my job to do the administration part of it and making sure you securing the bag.
So, man, these artists, y'all better get y'all bag up, man. Y'all coming in here and y'all be asking for free studio time.
Ain't nothing free.
And you know what I'm saying? All this studio time stuff. Like, I'm already getting discounts, but you need to get an attorney. Even if you're trying to get some paperwork, you're looking at like $200 an hour. You know what I'm saying? So make sure to get your bag up, man. Y'all got to stop buying. You probably need to start buying fake Gucci belts if you ain't already doing it. You know what I'm saying? People don't know it's fake. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They care about the perception. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all get your money up, man.
Definitely.
So $200 an hour.
Well, for me, for now.
For you, for now.
That's,
and that's just the summertime, just today. So that means tomorrow
it goes up,
Yeah. So what's some of I guess if you're an artist, or let's just say you're into fashion or you're into acting or, certain things of that nature, are there different type of entertainment lawyers for those things, or do it all encompasses and most attorneys can carry all fields?
So if you're an attorney, you can do whatever law you want to practice.
Okay.
So I'm an entertainment and business attorney, but sometimes I'll pick up a criminal case.
Okay.
Other times I'll do a pro bono, and it's landlord and property, helping someone. So yes, an attorney could do anything, but there are some attorneys that focus specifically on a specific thing in the industry, because the industry is so vast. It goes from fashion law, that's still considered entertainment. So there's some attorneys that only do film and TV. Okay. Others do it all. So for me personally, I do film, TV, radio, music, the whole gamut. But the industry standards are different.
So what do you feel like is some of the biggest mistakes artists make when looking to retain an artist? I mean, not artists, retain a lawyer. Like, what are some of the biggest mistakes they make when looking to retain a lawyer?
Not asking questions and not wanting to read.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the new thing now is that people don't want to read. You don't want to read the contract. When I tell my clients, I want you to read my attorney-client contract. Read it, ask me questions. I'm accessible almost 24 hours a day. I'm always working. So, but you need to read and know what you expect out of me as your attorney and what I expect out of you as a client. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And people just want to take the easy way. Oh, tell me about it, summarize it. Nah, this is a business. Okay. So that's, to me, one of the biggest mistakes, not wanting to read. And then also not asking questions. Ask questions. You want to be educated on your craft. That's how you really make sure you're not, now as an attorney, I'm not saying I'm going to mess someone over. No, that's my license. Right. But I'm just saying, whatever, if you're doing a contract with a producer or a record label, you're not asking questions and knowing how far and how deep are you getting yourself into. What are the terms are you getting into? You need to ask that as well. Okay. I'm going to protect you, but I need you to be educated.
So, like, with artists navigating and dealing with attorneys, like, what are some things they should look for when sitting down and looking to retain the actual entertainment attorney?
Definitely, what is their accessibility? Okay. Or,
Can you elaborate on that a little bit more about accessibility? Yeah. For some of my rappers, they mumble rap, and that might be a little bit extensive.
The new thing. Okay, let me get the. Yeah. Okay. What is their availability? Okay. Let me just kind of change that up. The availability. So seeing, how quick do they get back to you? Okay. Does it take them a month to answer a phone call, or to answer an email, or 2 weeks? Look at that. See, so their accessibility, what is their hourly rate? How are you going to pay them? So in not the entertainment industry, but legally, lawyers get paid by contingency fees. Okay. Most of the time, that's not applied to the entertainment industry.
Just for them to know what can you please explain what a contingency fee is?
A contingency means I'm gonna put the money up front, whatever you may doing, and then you pay me back, because I take 33 1/3.
So pretty much credit.
Low key. Okay. Yeah. That's contingency, but that's not, most attorneys in the entertainment industry don't do that. Okay. Okay. Now the other way that we do is retainer. Okay. Retainer basically means I have to earn the money that you put on the books. Okay. So if you put $5,000 down, we just, at an hourly rate, we kind of just chip at it slowly but surely. So the money is not mine until I earn it. Okay. Okay, that's a retainer. So then you also have percentages, which is big in the entertainment industry. You could take a percentage off of whatever specific thing you're contracting for. Okay. If it's a particular matter, or if it's off like a tour or something. Or you could take a percentage off of just whatever the net gross that the artist may be bringing in for that year.
Okay, so like, for example, if an artist is preparing to go on tour, and he decides to do the percentage, he was like, hey, I want you to handle all the paperwork for the tour. The tour says it's going to pay me $2 million, and then you would say, okay, if I'm going to do a percentage, this is the percentage of that $2 million I want to handle all the paperwork. Okay.
All the money that you make from that tour, I would get a percentage off of that.
Okay, and so then if an artist wanted to do the retainer route, what he does is like, okay, this is my $10,000 budget. I'm going to put this down. And then whatever work they send their way, you take whatever that amount adds up to, you pull out of that budget.
So that's why I said I charge $200 an hour.
Okay.
So that's it's more so in 6-minute increments. So every 6 minutes, we just chipping away at that $200 an hour. Okay. So we reach that complete 200. Okay. Does that make sense?
So is it a limit, like when acquiring an attorney and you do hourly? Is it I guess you don't like say, hey, you have to get 2 hours with me. What you say is like, if I come to you like with contract work, you be like, this is how much time it's probably going to take me to generate it.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. So I'll look at, like, if you had a matter, I'll look at it, see, okay, we'll sit down. What are the parties? What's going on? What are you looking for? What is your goal out of this? Really get to know where you want to go as a business and where you are as a business. Mm-hmm. And then that's when I can gauge, okay, it's going to take about this amount of hours. Are we going to need to negotiate this contract? What's going on? You see what I'm saying? Okay. And also retainers, just to make it very clear for the listeners, retainers can be expensive. Not going to lie, because if you call me, I'm billing. If you email me, I'm billing. Now, if I decide not to bill you, I don't have to. But if we're on the phone for 30 minutes, like that's being charged.
So how much am I being charged? Wait, Toya, did you ask how much we was? Let me tell you how my bank account set up, right? I got
the way your account is set up.
Yeah, man. How many minutes has this been so far, Mario? No, I'm playing. But no, so on an average budget though for an artist, if they're looking to go the retainer route, what would you say that they really need to set aside? Well, let me make it a little bit more broken down.
Okay.
Let's say you have an independent artist.
Yeah, it's different.
What do you tell an independent artist? How much do you think they need to set aside versus somebody that's already about to get assigned to a label or is signed to a label? How much do you think they need to set aside?
Okay, if you're let's go to the easier part. So if you're signed to a label, 9 times out of 10, the label's already going to have in-house counsel for you or somewhere for you to tap in. Now, are you paying them? Yeah, of course, because that's going to come somewhere out of your royalties or out of something. You know, that they're not doing that for free.
Absolutely.
Right? So you're going to be paying them somehow, some way. So if you're being signed to a label, that's less that you have to worry about, unless it's more so like a criminal action or whatever the case may be. But the game changes when you're with a label.
Well, kind of with a label, wouldn't it kind of be like a conflict of interest? Using the person about to go into a legal contract counsel to counsel me going in. When I kind of, as an artist, want to have my own counsel.
Now, are you already in the label, or
let's say I'm getting ready to
get to the label?
Yeah,
then of course, you want external counsel.
Okay, cool. Okay, so then when an independent artist, what do you think is a good starting point to retain, or should they go percentage rate route?
I would say starting, because at the beginning, most artists, they're not making enough money to give me a percentage.
That's true.
And to still be able to eat, to be fair, right? So I prefer my money right now.
Okay, I feel you. Me too.
If I'm doing the percentages, I'm waiting for you to get paid. I don't get paid till you get paid. That ain't no guarantee.
Okay.
You see? So if you're talking about retainer route, if you're doing a retainer, you want a decent retainer. Because no attorney likes to chase you for money. Right. I hate having to be like, hey, I need more money. Like, no, that's put enough down there so we can get what we need to do.
So what's enough? I need to put like 10 bands, 15 bands, 20?
Anywhere between 5 to 10.
Okay.
Now, if it's not at all. But if it's like, you just need a contract review or you just need to consult with me for something, we could just do like a flat fee. But at the end of the day, once that's done, we're done. You know what I'm saying? The scope of our relationship is over until you need something else.
So just to get an audience, can you let them know like where you practice at? How can they get in contact with you if they're looking to retain?
Definitely. So if you're looking to retain me, you can definitely reach out to me. My email is kterry@liberatinglaw.com.
Okay.
Shoot me an email. You can catch me on Instagram and Facebook.
IG, okay.
At the industry attorney. So it's ATTY. Don't spell out attorney. Okay. Or, you can also call me. So my number is 832-304-1641. That's my business line. I work all the time, so I'll reach out to you. The one thing I do tell people, do not call me until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. No. Artists have a very big... they working at night.
Yeah, studio time. They getting popping.
Exactly. The rest of us are sleeping. But you
got to get ready, man. That's money on your line. Probably not for no rapper, but.
Money is money. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there's a work-life balance.
Do you take Balenciagas as a payment?
Nah, I like cash.
Cash,
straight money.
I mean, rappers all got Balenciagas. They bring you those in bulk.
That's nice, but I
some
prefer
Jordans, some retro.
My bank account don't recognize that though.
I feel you. So, when it comes to artists, independent artists trying to make it in this industry, a lot of times you're trying to do everything yourself. So what's some pointers and some tips that you would give to an artist trying to make it in this game who's trying to do it themselves?
An artist first off needs to know that they can't do it all themselves.
Okay.
You got to have some people on your team just trying to take that pressure off of you, because you need to focus on creating.
Absolutely.
You need to focus on the music,
Absolutely.
the writing. So, of course, I would say 1A, 1B, and I'm not just saying this because I'm an attorney, but honestly, if you think about it, like, logically, you need to have someone that is getting you the gigs, getting you the, the promotion and everything like that.
Absolutely.
Getting you in the clubs, getting you the exposure. Then you also need someone making sure you get that money.
Absolutely.
And that's what the attorney does. So that's why I say 1A, 1B, either one or the other, right? So then once you have those three, you need to kind of expand as you're growing. Get someone to handle your PR. Get someone to make sure that, you're being seen all the time.
Absolutely.
Making sure, the media's popping. You should not go a week. 2 weeks, definitely not. But I would even go as close as a week. You need to be continuously engaging your fans.
Absolutely.
We want to hear from you. You want to see what's going on. We want to know that you're real. Not that you just dropping an album and disappearing. I mean, for some artists that works.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's their thing. But that ain't gonna work for all the artists out here. So
I think like the new age hip hop, like growing up, like I'm probably way older than you, but like growing up, you didn't see a superstar until a superstar was ready to be seen, right? Like you didn't see Michael Jackson's personal life. Yeah, like you see when he's coming out with a new project or releasing a new video.
They had
or
a lot
he
more control. A lot more control. Nowadays, social media, Instagram,
fast on it now.
Right now, but that's also what changed the industry.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Like record labels, you can't just send your deal to a record label anymore. They ain't even checking for you.
That's true.
AR ain't even looking for you. They looking at, okay, what's some followers? What's your YouTube? What are you doing for yourself? It costs thousands, if not millions of dollars to get an artist up. So
absolutely.
Why are they gonna put that money in it? You ain't even putting time in.
So they're not doing that developing artists anymore. It's just like, yo, we want you already kind of pre-made.
You already got a following, you already got a base. So then we just giving you exposure. We taking you international. We getting you into more households. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But it's not necessarily. That's why the game is just completely changed. You need record labels, but then at the same time, it's possible for you to do it yourself. That's why you see a lot of independent artists handling it. Now, yeah, that's a lot of responsibility too.
Absolutely.
That's why this is a business.
So if I hear you correctly, so what an artist need to do, he need to, one, make sure he's secure a manager.
Definitely.
Need to make sure he's secure an attorney.
Definitely.
And then the third person need to secure a publicist.
And then the next person, as you're growing and your bank account is growing, you need a business manager. Okay. So you have a general manager, then you have a business manager. The business manager is like the one with the accounting background, the CPA, managing all your royalties. I'm making sure
them taxes getting paid.
Exactly. That's how, that's everybody on the team. And then the next person after that, agent.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's something that's building. It's not going to happen overnight. But artists, a lot of times, like, oh, I'm only this. Oh, I'm doing this. Well, do you wonder why you ain't growing?
Now, is there such thing as, and we kind of almost wrap it up off of this, but can an artist move too prematurely? Let's say, for example, I'm an artist and I have a huge budget, right? I just naturally have money.
Yeah.
But I just started doing music, so I don't have a fan base yet. Mm-hmm. But because I have the money, should I go already acquire an attorney and a manager, and I'm just now starting, or should I just wait till I start to have like a demand or a buzz and then begin? At what point do you feel like?
I'm gonna be a little blunt.
Mm-hmm.
I would say no. Like, you could be trash. You could be garbage. You need at least some validation that you hot. Not just your friends, but outside people. Why are you going to spend money? And I'm just being 100. Why are you going to spend money on an attorney? Because we're expensive. Why are you going to spend money on us if you don't even know if your product sells?
That's true.
So, I mean, just thinking of it, make sure you have a following. You have money, but let's be smart about it.
Okay. So with that being said, before we end everything, is there anything else that you would like to tell, our listeners when it comes to attorney? Or, retaining an attorney in industry, any words of wisdom or that you want to give out before we end?
Be smart about the industry. The game has changed. It's definitely doable, but you got to keep going. You got to know that what you're producing, you have to have faith in it. Because if you don't have faith in it, nobody else is going to have faith in it. Don't try to be the next Beyonce or the next, Jay-Z or Rick Ross. Have your own vibe, because the industry does not need, different. We don't need the same person. We need somebody different. We need someone giving us a different flavor. So, and that was perfectly with what you were saying. So also when you're looking for an attorney, make sure that attorney understands what you are as an artist, your brand, because I will tell clients, like, I just don't think we gonna match, and I mean, it's blanks. Yeah, it's taking money out of my pocket, but at the same time, I might not like to work with you.
That's real. That's real.
So, like, to be honest, like, so you want to make sure if you're looking for an attorney, I understand your vibe. I understand your brand. You understand me, that we have a good communication. So then if you have an issue, you have a problem, you worried about something, I'm that person to step in and make something happen. Okay. So definitely just keep that in mind. It's so much to it. But the game is definitely doable.
And get your money up. Get your budget up.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? Get that. We ain't doing nothing for free. Come with that bag.
Free what?
You know what I'm saying? Pay for the services that you want. And again, before we end, can you just tell them, your name, again, where they can find you, the website, all that good stuff?
Definitely. So, yes, my name is Kashmire Terry, attorney at law. You can find me on my Instagram at The Industry Attorney, The Industry, ATTY. You can hit me on my cell phone, 832-304-1641. I'm accessible. All you got to do is reach out and we can make something happen. Okay.
And that's it, man. This your boy, Big D the Mogul. Again, a.k.a. Big Thanos, a.k.a. Suge Diddy, a.k.a. Illuminati Jack, a.k.a. Heaven on Earth. I was here Jesus, but I cut it off. But, hey, man, make sure, again, y'all go subscribe, man, to the YouTube page, Mogul Moves Only, iTunes, Mogul Moves Only, Spotify, Mogul Moves Only. Follow me on IG at Big D_the Mogul. And we out. Peace.
I need a meal a day. Gotta make me a meal a day. See, money it cometh, then money it goeth. I got me a meal to make. My mama, she hit up my line and she say, baby, I got some bills to pay. So I need a meal a day. Gotta make me a meal a day. I need a meal a day. Gotta make me a meal a day. See, money it cometh, then money it goeth. I got me a meal to make. My mama, she hit on my line and she say, baby, I got some bills to pay. So I need a meal a day. Gotta give me a meal a day.